You finally made it. After way too many games to count, you're at the end. It's you and another opponent. You're swinging forwards trying to hit him, but then you get absolutely destroyed. All because you didn't watch this video. So here's how to win every game of in-game. Enjoy. Okay, on to red light, green light. Now, this all depends on whether you have a dashing ability or not. If you do, just use it to get as far ahead as possible. And stop when you see red light, of course. Now, if you don't have a dashing ability, I recommend you staying a bit behind everyone to make sure there's no one near you, so you actually don't get pushed, right? Also, make sure you absolutely do not move when it's red light, because if you get shot and wounded, it'll take a lot of time to reach that. Dalgona, this should be pretty easy, but if you're having a hard time with it, then just take it slow and lower your sensitivity maybe. And take your time, because you have a lot of it. And if you have Mona Lisa, then good luck. But to be serious, if you have that, try just really going fast, because if you don't, you're not gonna make it. Lights out. Here there are some different strategies you can use. First of all, if you're good at combat, then just do combat. That'll help you a bit later on. If you're not, then if you have a dashing ability, you can dash around, try to escape from people. That is really overpowered. And if you're close to dying, that is a really good method to use. If you don't have a dashing ability though, you can just try hiding. Here are some of the places that I recommend. And if there are anyone that gets near you, try pushing away or just running and finding another place. It's not worth trying to find them if you're not good at it. Now, here's the choice you gotta make. Do you want to go for hide and seek or Tug of War? I would normally recommend hide and seek as it's less space and luck. Though, if you're having a hard time with that, you can go for Tug of War, even though it's hard finding a server where people actually choose it. Hide and seek. Now it's up to see if you actually get hider or seeker. Now, if you get seeker, it's just about finding people. Try going over to every door and seeing if you're able to open it or not. If you are, that means that someone has been there and are likely still hiding around that place. So just go searching around there and get at least one. It's fine if you just hit him and someone else gets the kill. It will still count as yours unless you're in a hardcore server. If you get hider, you just need to run away as fast as you can. I recommend you not staying in the middle floor because there'll be a lot of seekers there. But just get as far away from the spawning point as possible and hide. A good strategy I found is to hide behind an open door. Not that many actually checks completely inside, so it actually helps a lot with just hiding yourself, even though it seems dumb. Also, makes it easier to run out of it if someone comes in. And talking about that, if you get found, try running away and confusing the seeker. When you finally lost them, just repeat. Hide, run away, confuse, repeat. That's all you gotta do. Tug of War. Now, this is mainly luck based because it all depends on the team. If you have good teammates, you're just gonna win. If you don't, I'm sorry, but you basically don't even have a chance because you're only gonna do like a fifth of all the power in there. But just try to see if you can time it. You get better at it, so don't worry too much about this game. Jump rope. If you think this is a bit tricky to time, this is what I used to do. Try taking a few steps back and get the rim down. Just jump like you're actually there, and when you feel ready, go for it. You have a lot of time, so it'll be easy. Also, when you need to jump over the big gap, just get as close to it as possible. It doesn't really make that big of a difference, then you can always look it up, but it's always nice getting the jump. Last bridge. Never go first in the last bridge unless there's literally no time left, or if you feel like you need an R farm. Other people will almost always jump, so just wait for them and go for it when they've jumped. Also, stay completely in the middle or people can push you. If you're in the middle though, there's just enough room for you not to fall down when you get pushed. But if you feel like you're getting better at in-game knowing all this, like and subscribe. That'll make YouTube show more of my stuff, and therefore you'll get even better at in-game. Also do daily live streams, so if you want to be in some of my videos or shorts, go check that out. But let's keep going. Now, do you want to rebel or keep playing? This depends on whether you're trying to get money or power rolls, because if you do rebel, there'll likely be more people, so you don't get that much money, but you'll also have a bigger chance to win, and you'll be able to gain more power rolls. On the other hand, if you keep playing, more people can lose, and you can earn more. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. Now, rebel. It's actually really easy when you learn this one simple technique, and to show you that, I'll be soloing all of rebels. So here's me doing that and explaining. I recommend you try getting some healing items before this. Get maybe a bandage, a cookie, a soda, and onigiri. All these you'll naturally have. Maybe instead of a soda and onigiri, you'll have something else. That depends on what you choose on the lights out, but that is what I usually choose, so I have that right now. And with all these items, that is more than plenty in this. So first of all, go right over here behind this point when doing it, and you shoot like this. As you can see, this may be a bit confusing at first, but you can actually hide behind the corner, and even though all your body is behind it, you're actually still able to shoot over there. See, if you're in a bit of trouble like this, maybe there's one too many and you need to reload, just go behind this. We'll be going right through the elevator here in a second, but do not start running. It is not safe yet. You gotta remember to stay aware, because when you come over here, even though it looks empty out there, it's not. There's actually one hiding right here, and let me just get him. Also another one right over there, which I just did it pretty badly, so I didn't really get him first try. There's also a guy right up here which you need to hit, and another guy right over here you need to get. There's also a couple of people up here you can get if you want to. You don't really have to do that. Now you have to go up here, and sometimes there will be a guy running down here like that. So just hit him, and there'll also be a guy right here you can hit, and a guy right over here. There'll also be a guy right up here, but I usually actually don't go this way when I do it. Which you may think, oh, what other way is there? This is completely doable, but instead of that, I actually usually go right over here and go up like this. And from here, you can just go here and hit the guy down there. You may wonder why I actually take this route. It seems like a lot more of a mess, but it is simply because when you hit these guys, it's nice having only one at a time, so you can actually do the method I showed and not get shot. There's also a guy right up on here you have to remember, and a guy right down here. You usually get used to this. You can try practicing it in private servers. If you have private server plus, that makes it a lot easier, but you of course don't have to. Just keep moving forwards and keep doing this. There will usually come a couple of guys down there. So if that happens, just go down here and stay right here and hit him like this. Or even like this. But that is a bit more risky. There's also a guy right over here, which is really annoying to get. And there are 3 people. Those are the ones that will usually run up. So just run up here, right? And get them from here. That is what I at least usually do. And what you can do, instead of walking down here now, you can actually still get all of these people down here, which make it so much easier. Now when you're done with this area, you have to go over here. We've gone on. Or at least that's how it looks. But you can see there's still 3 enemies left. That's because there's actually 3 hiding right behind down here. So now you've done this area. And it's on to the next part, which is just go over here. What I usually do is go right over here. I just stay here, get this guy, and slowly move to the left, right? Now we are done with this part, so now we've got to move on to the next part. Just let this open up and just go to this side. There will be a couple of them trying to get you, but just do that. Get a couple of them like this, and get all the ones running down like that. By the way, even if I'm here, you can see they're actually not hitting me, which is weird because I can hit them. So if you're able to see their feet but not their faces, most of the time you should be good to just hitting them like this, which is kind of weird, but it works, so I'm not going to complain. Actually, even though it looks like all of them are gone, they're not. There is a couple of them always hiding around here, so just move up slowly like that. So just keep moving like that and make sure that all of them are gone. And by the way, do not worry about the time. As you can see, even though the time is out, nothing is happening. I can just keep going like this. It just disappeared. That's how it works. So don't worry too much about it. And now, here we are. The last point. And even though you may think this is one of the hardest ones, you're actually completely wrong. This is by far the easiest part yet. So now, when this exploded, guards will start coming out right over here. And the mistake I always see a lot of people doing is staying in this room. Because you can actually go right over here, follow the path down here, and hide right behind this pillar. As you can see, they're naturally going to come right over here. So just stand here, keep shooting them like this, and it'll work out. And for fun, let's just take them up here, right? 1, 2, and 3. There's of course still 1 guard left, so let's go over and get him. And here it is. This is the end. At least of Rebellion, but there's still a lot more you gotta know. So let's move on to the next part. Now, if you want to keep playing, it's on to Mingle. Unless you're really good at the timing thing here, it's probably a good idea to just find a room with enough people in there. If there's too many, or even if there's the perfect amount, it can be a good idea to just jump around there. Makes it so it's a lot harder to grab you, and therefore easier for you to survive. It'll get easier to fight against it, so it may be worth it trying to grab some of the others when you get better. Dinner. As a lot in in-game, this also depends on if you're good at combat. Of course. You can luckily also choose what weapon you use. I usually take the knife, but you just need to take whatever you're best at. Then, if you're good at combat, just do that. Also, it's good to have a lot of food and stuff here, because that can really help. If you're not good at the combat though, just run, jump around, praying that they aren't teaming. Also, there is a little time for how long you can be out of the area, but you actually don't take damage until that timer is down to 0. So, what you can actually do is just stay outside the area, and then only come in when the time is done. This will make it so basically no one will even notice you're there. They won't honestly care that much, and it is honestly really overpowered. Whilst it is a pretty good strategy, it's not that honorable, so only do it if you really want to get some wins. And Skyscrew game. It's almost never a good idea to press the button either. So just wait till someone else does it, because if you go for it, you'll likely just be hit. And that will lower your HP, and therefore make you get more knockback. Now, if you're good at the combat, just go and attack them. It's mostly not worth trying to lower their HP, so just go after them with low HP. It's also a lot better if you can push them up instead of killing them, because that will take a lot of time, and it's a lot easier to just push them off. And if you're going for the pole, make sure no one's around, but I usually don't do that. If you aren't good at the combat though, it's pretty simple. Just jump roam around trying to stay away from all the other players. If there's only one person other than you left though, and you need that kill, you gotta lock in. Try dodging their attacks and try to go for a blow whilst they have cooldown. And on to the final game, Squid Game. And at last, here we are. This is simply combat. So if you're not good at it, just try jumping around and hit whenever you have the chance. A lot like in Skyscrew game, if they have cooldown, go for it. Just try to get as many blows in as possible, whilst of course not getting hit. And that'll help a lot. That was it for the video. Good luck winning your next game.